Welcome to Inspire Me with Jay, a podcast focusing on meditation, the near-death experience, and all things spiritual. Welcome to Inspire Me with Jay. Today we're talking about what really is meditation. Because if you followed my podcast for any length of time, you notice there's all these different types of meditation and types of meditation that I haven't even talked about. You've got transcendental meditation. You've got mindfulness. You've got the Sullivan method. Everybody seems to have their own unique style of meditation. And then you have things like hypnosis and hypnotherapy. How do they fit in with what meditation is? Well, the way I see it is meditation is basically like an umbrella term. There's a lot of commonalities. There's a lot of practices, techniques that are out there, but fall under the umbrella of meditation. And I think one thing that you could compare meditation to is martial arts. So there's a lot of different martial arts styles out there. There's different forms of karate, there's kung fu, judo, Japanese jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, but yet they sort of follow this umbrella called martial arts. And you'll notice that with martial arts, you'll see that one school borrows from another school and takes certain techniques. Karate borrowed a lot from kung fu. And you see martial arts that developed independently in different parts of the world, yet they have similar movements and so forth. Because when you start to study martial arts, you start to learn what works, what's going to take down your opponent, what kind of blow is going to take down your opponent, or what kind of grappling technique is going to work. And of course, as you study this over centuries and thousands of years, you start to discover what works, and people in different cultures will do that. So even though they might not know each other, you'll see commonalities in martial art techniques. Well, it's kind of like that with meditation. You have all these different schools of meditation. They borrow from each other. They learn different techniques. They tweak it. They change it a bit, but it all has commonality. And even when it develops independently, it still represents a commonality because there's common truths that are found in meditation. You know, whether it's a vision quest by Native Americans or Buddhist techniques for meditation, or what developed in Christian monasteries, what you see like even in the scriptures, that there's a need within human beings to go off and find themselves, to quiet themselves for self-discovery, for spiritual enlightenment, all those different kinds of things. So that's how meditation is born. And in a minute, I'm going to show you a video that I made that's part of my meditation class. And there's a link below. But this talks about what really is the definition of meditation, because there's many different definitions of meditation that you can find. But we'll go ahead and watch this video. We often talk about meditation as if we know what it is. But what really is meditation? Is meditation sitting in the lotus position with your eyes closed? Is it emptying your mind and going into nothingness? Is it a chant? Is it going, Is it a mantra? We're not often clear about what meditation is, yet you'll see books written about it. You'll see people discussing it. We need to take time to understand what we're talking about here. And when you begin to define meditation and understand what it is, it'll help you as you start to study and practice meditation. And even I've been guilty myself of not clearly defining meditation as a teacher in the past. But I think it's vital to understanding meditation and starting to practice that we get a handle on what it is that we're talking about. There actually are many definitions of meditation you can find out there. Something to understand about meditation when we're defining it is what are the common types of meditation that are out there? Because if you focus on a specific type of meditation, it can affect the definition of meditation for that group. Here are some common types of meditation: mindfulness meditation, spiritual meditation, focused meditation, movement meditation, mantra meditation, transcendental meditation, Zen, progressive relaxation, and the loving kindness meditation. Now, what I would say about my meditation is I tend to be very eclectic. So I borrow elements from most of these meditation types you'll see above here. I do a lot with mindfulness and focused meditation. In terms of mantra, I don't really do a lot of mantra, though with the affirmations, you can take one word like love or peace, and you can effectively create like a mantra with that. So in that sense, I do a mantra meditation. My understanding of transcendental meditation is it's a form of mantra meditation. And that's a specific group that does transcendental meditation. Zen meditation is a meditation focused more on the breath and breathing. And breathing is a significant element in my form of meditation, but it's not the whole ball and wax. And of course, there's progressive relaxation, and I do a lot of relaxation and focus on peace and things like that in my meditation. In terms of loving kindness, I do loving kindness. I also do other positive attributes like peace and joy, patience, compassion. This is all connected, of course. But understanding that what type of meditation and what you're trying to get out of meditation could affect how you define meditation. Meditation is breath. This is a definition I've come across with some people. Obviously, if you're coming from Zen meditation, this would make sense because that's their whole focus is breath. If your understanding of meditation and practice is broader than that, breath probably isn't going to encompass everything that you do in meditation. I think it would be far too narrow a focus for meditation. It is very vital when we get into things like mindfulness and to still the mind and body, as we'll get into later, to focus on breath. And it can help with affirmations, to breathe in an affirmation and exhale another affirmation. But I don't think it fully encompasses what I do in meditation and what most do in meditation. Here's another definition of meditation I've come across. Meditation is a deep state of listening. And I would absolutely agree that one of the factors we do in meditation is listening. Who do we listen to? Well, we listen to ourselves, our inner self, our higher self, or deeper part of ourself. If you're a spiritual person, you may listen to God or the universe, or what's right within your belief system. It's a time for clarity and gaining clarity, both from within yourself and from a higher source possibly as well. So I think listening is a very key element in meditation, like breathing. But again, it's way too narrow. You may be doing a lot more than listening in meditation. You may be programming in positive things or creating a positive affirmation for yourself. You may be just simply sitting still and practicing being. And sometimes just being present and being in that moment. You're not necessarily trying to hear anything. You're not necessarily trying to say anything to yourself. You're just in that moment. So I don't think listening fully captures all of what meditation is. It's an important element, though. Meditation is focus. And this is a large part of what I teach in meditation, is to have a focus, focal points in meditation. It's a very common form of meditation that's out there. Most meditations are usually focus-based. So this would probably come closer to capturing everything in meditation than just breathing or just listening, because you can focus on your breath and you can focus on the inner voice. But I don't think even focus fully captures it. Like we said before, you could be simply in that moment, being present, being calm, and enjoying that moment. You may not, at any given point in a meditation, have a specific focus, though I do tend to say keep focusing back. You may not in any particular moment be focusing, and that's okay. You don't have to be focusing on something, on an idea or concept during your entire meditation. And that may be a relief for some people, because we do tend to get distracted, and it's like, okay, I only spent about 25% of my meditation actually focused on what I wanted to focus on. I did spend a good chunk just simply relaxing and being at ease, and that may be a benefit. So I would say that saying focus is the only point of meditation is not entirely correct. This is how I define meditation. Meditation is awareness while in a highly relaxed state. And you notice there's two elements there. There's the point of awareness, which can include focus, which can include just simply being in that moment and being aware that you're in a moment. But then you also have the second element of being in a highly relaxed state. And I think that's where a lot of these other ones come up short, is they don't talk about what state are you in. Obviously, when you're breathing and you keep breathing, it can put you in a relaxed state, but they're not specifically focusing on the fact that you're going into a relaxed state. So the definition is somewhat lacking, and it's true of the other two as well. What state am I going to be in? What state am I in? And with this definition, what's interesting is you can see that if I'm aware and I'm starting to be relaxed, I'm meditating. And that's a whole focus for me too, is that, yes, we have a meditation where it's formal and structured. We take 20, 30 minutes or whatever, and we meditate. But life should be meditative, to be more aware, to be more cognizant as we go about our day, but to do so in a more relaxed and calm fashion. That's a meditative life, and that's part of meditation for me and as I teach it. And when we talk about a highly relaxed state, one thing that I tend to get into is that when you get into a highly relaxed state and it keeps going deeper and deeper, you may find yourself in what I call a hyper relaxed state. This is where you can start entering the tranquility zone. And don't worry about it if you don't get to the tranquility zone or hyper relaxed state. If you become more relaxed, if you become very relaxed, you're in a good position. Now keep this definition in mind: awareness while in a highly relaxed state, because it's going to become relevant as we go through this course. You're going to see it when we talk about mindfulness. You're going to see it when you talk about stillness. You're going to see it in even in affirmations. It's going to come up with every issue, breath. So this definition of meditation will be relevant throughout this course. So in the video, we saw what meditation is. Meditation is awareness while in a highly relaxed state. And as you go through the techniques to find yourself, to put yourself in a highly relaxed state, what ends up happening is it centers your focus within you. You have a central focus. And then as you're highly focused and relaxed, you're aware, because it's not just a relaxed state. Because if you go into a highly relaxed state with no focus, well, where do you end up? You're asleep. That's not what we're going for. We're going for a highly relaxed state, but while we're centrally focused, our consciousness is focused. And when you're there, you're aware. And you're more aware because all the distractions, or at least generally speaking, most of the distractions are put aside. You're not living in the past, you're not living in the future, not thinking about what you have to do. You're just in that moment. You're sort of in that bubble that I talked about a couple podcasts ago. So if that's what meditation is, that is the baseline of all or virtually all meditation practices. They have to get you to that point. Now, how do they get you to that point? That can vary to some extent, can vary a lot, because there's different techniques to get you to that highly relaxed state where you're aware. One of the most universal techniques that most people who meditate use is breathing. Often when you breathe a certain way, you might take in several deep breaths in and out, or you might just notice your breathing. That's one technique. You can also use things like noticing different areas of your body, like a body scan. It's going through relaxing each part of your body. Music can be used as a technique to relax and focus you. Visualization. There's a lot of different techniques that you can use that are out there. So that's the how you get to the meditative state that we're talking about. And then the question, of course, comes up, what do you do when you get in that meditative state? Because that's a very important question. For some people, when they get to that meditative state, the answer is simply nothing. You just stay in that state. And you might just end up noticing your breathing the whole time you're meditating, or focusing on something and just not necessarily wanting to achieve anything other than to be in that state. And of course, just being in a meditative state can bring you a lot of peace, can bring you a lot of happiness, can bring you feelings of love and compassion in and of itself. Just to go within that state can put you in that kind of framework. But then some people will want to specifically focus on peace or on happiness or on compassion or gratitude, what have you. And that can take you even deeper into those things. Now, I heard one monk who was talking about meditation, and he was saying, as far as he understood it, you don't seek to achieve peace or happiness. You just simply do the meditation, be in that state, and happiness and peace finds you. Well, I think that that is true, like I just said, but I think that you can specifically focus on it and achieve greater happiness and joy. Now, how would you do that? You could do it through a multitude of different ways. Because like if you're seeking to be at peace, you might visualize something that's peaceful. You take visualization from something that stills you to get you to the meditative state, now to something that you're working with to bring you more peace or to bring you more happiness or to um, visualize where you want to be in life. So visualization can be a way to do it. You can also use meditation as a form of healing, because a lot of times meditation can you can work on different areas of your body or your physical or mental health to heal from something. Obviously, things like stress and depression, but if you have physical ailments, to reduce blood pressure or to heal aches and pains in your body, things like that. And some of them are fairly straightforward, just focus on that part of the body, allow it to heal, allow it to relax, allow the body to do its thing. And sometimes they can get more, you might say, spiritual or metaphysical about it, where you'll see meditations that get into things like chakras or um, Reiki or something, where you're just trying to heal the body by tapping into certain energies. And whether you believe in it or not, meditation can be a healing process. So even if you're not really into chakras or something like that, you can still use meditation as a way to heal yourself and bring comfort to yourself. And then you get into issues like hypnosis, hypnotherapy. Hypnosis is basically when you're in this state, this meditative state, you're now open to greater suggestion. And a hypnotherapist can go in there and specifically guide and direct you. It's kind of similar to guided meditation, where you have someone else either in person or on a recording that's sort of guiding you through a process in meditation, taking you on a journey, maybe helping you overcome issues in your life, phobias, what have you. Well, hypnosis kind of goes to the next level because you have a specific person there that's speaking with you, that's directing you specifically and addressing you by name, going through exactly what you need. So it's kind of like taking a guided meditation for help and taking it, we're going to another level with it, and it's more intense. And all of these things, whether it's hypnotherapy or guided meditations, meditations to achieve certain things in your life, and the different types of meditation, they can all be of value to you. And that's what I've come to realize, is that all these meditation techniques can have value for you. It's just a matter of what do you want, what do you need, and what works for you. Um, some people get into very specific styles of meditation, like transcendental meditation, which, as far as I understand, is a mantra-based meditation. I've been trying to find someone who does TM that would like to come on the show and discuss it. I haven't found anybody yet, but it's basically like a mantra meditation, and you do it. And essentially, this is what stills your mind and body. This is what you focus on. So it takes you to the meditative state. And essentially, that's all you have to do for that style of meditation, is just the mantra. And of course, as you're in that meditative state doing your mantra, you get a whole bunch of benefits that they say you can get, like peace and relaxation. You can get help with stress and depression, all of that. And I think it probably has value. Of course, you talk to someone in TM, they say it's the best meditation. I don't know that it's the best. I've never even done it. But I could see, because it takes you to the meditative state and works you through it, it definitely could have value, as all meditation does. So I think that's sort of the the baseline of meditation that all meditation looks towards is getting you in that meditative state so you can be highly relaxed while you're aware and focused. I think that's what all meditations have in common. And I'm interested in learning more about the different ways to meditate, the different styles of meditation, emphasis, because I think that they can all bring value. Because a lot of times you won't, if you've been in meditation for a while, you won't necessarily hear anything that's radically new, but you might hear it presented in a way that's like, oh, I've never thought about trying it that specific way. And you might try that and it's helpful to you. So I promote meditation in sort of a eclectic sense that whatever works is good. And I like to use lots of different things, techniques and whatnot to get you in a meditative state and to help you move forward in your life. But I think it's just an interesting analysis of what is the underlining principle of all meditation. But I'll close out. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. And you can get my meditation course, get the link below. Thanks for tuning in.